Morning markup 15th of July 26. So daily we are bearish, broken multiple lows, 4 hour trending down nice after mitigating daily premium. We've now pulled back to the premium of the last 4 hour swing leg. Jumping on to the 1 hour, we're just ranging on the 1 hour. So we've had a 1 hour leg push in, mitigate premium. We've had then a break structure to the downside. We got a short from here, pushing to the downside again. The price has come, took out these highs to the left and broke a structure to down to the downside again, pulled back to the premium, broke structure again. And we've now just pushed up, took out these highs to the left, just with this one, and then pushed down. Now overnight we've pushed into this area, which is the premium of this swing leg, but this is very rangy. But I'm holding the bearish bias here because of all the structure. CPI was yesterday, it came in weak. So inflation is down, but then there was the Fed testimony shortly after, which didn't make Walsh to my reading, didn't buckle. Still convinced on possible rate hikes later in the year. So the bearish thesis for me is still the same. So we're very, very rangy on the 1 hour. If anything, in my head, slightly bearish bias, technically no real bearish bias. So on the entry time frame, there's nothing for me on the euro, but on GBP USD, we're actually in a trade right now, and you can see the trade on screen here. So I'll just take you through the higher time frames just for the sake of it. So on the 4 hour, on GBP USD, broke a structure to the downside. We took out these lows to the left, made a high. We sort of just, that's 1 hour structure. Broke to the low. We pulled into the premium of this last 4 hour swing leg. And to be fair, this, what we could have even called that the last low, that the last high. And then this the next low. We've pulled into the premium, into the extreme of the last swing leg. And started ranging again. So that's a 4 hour bias. On the 1 hour, structure's a bit cleaner. So you can see that line's the 4 hour high, so pulled right to the extreme of the premium. We've created a high, broken structure to the downside, breaking this low. Just about tagged the 50%, possibly less. Broke to the downside, and then we've come right up to the extreme. Took out this low, took out tiny little lows here, and then melted away. Here again. We've now pulled back into the premium of this last swing leg again. Now, here's the nuance. There's no bearish technical bias there, although, again, it's a bit rangy, and it depends how you're viewing structure here. For me, because of I don't know actually. There's a couple of little things, but this is more a feeling, and my feelings have often been wrong before. So I've been sat on my hands for quite a while now, and I just, with this, we'll find out by the end of the day. This is either me being impatient and taking a trade with not much not much clear structure, or it's I've done right and my read is right, and only time will tell. So anyway, entry time frame, we've just had this trend line moving up all night. Frankfurt's opened, took out the highs, coming to the extreme of this, and then pushed, breaking 5 minute structure to the downside. What 5 minute structure there actually is there. Get rid of that so you can see it more. Get rid of this so you can see it more cleanly. So we made a low there. We've then had this liquidation here that's broken structure to the downside. So it is the entry model, but it's a very loose entry model. it isn't the mint one that I like to see. However, we're in the trade. As it stands, fingers crossed it keeps moving in our favour. I'm going to move my stops to break even shortly. But you can see here that we just started chopping, and then we had that one wick there that took out the highs and then broke structure to the downside. So that's my liquidation model. And then I entered entry model A with a limit on the 50% of the liquidation leg, and you can see there that we got tagged in and then straight into profit. So that's the morning markup. Hopefully she's going to be a winner. I'll do a trade review this afternoon.